So let's just get right to it. My name is Tom. I'll be guiding your practice today. I'm going to maneuver myself over to my mat. And let's begin tabletop. So establish yourself in a firm tabletop pose. Kind of create those wedges between your fingers. Push off in your arms. Give your shoulders a nice round shape. Your knees can be the same width as your hips. You can just gently gaze down between your hands and begin to engage your breath. Breathing in and out in a natural manner, matching the length with your inhale and your exhale. And whenever you're ready, let's slip down into our first child's pose. Balasana, wide your knees with your mat, send your hips back to your heels, send your arms forward, palms on the mat, forehead on the mat. Just take a moment here to really enjoy this pose. I know when I always practice, particularly at 4 o'clock in the end of the day, I love the first child's pose. And if people don't do the child's pose, I get kind of wonky. So enjoy this child's pose. Settle right in. Feel the weight of your own body as you're resting on your mat. Let go of any unwanted thoughts, any plans that you have for this evening, any kind of worries you had today, maybe work got wild. Let that all go. We're just going to enjoy this moment. The only thing we really have to worry about and think about is the sensations that you feel as you breathe. The coolness against your nostrils as you inhale the moist, warm air as you exhale. Take about, take a 5-6 breaths here and just enjoy this moment. Nothing else matters but settling down. Gently draw yourself up from your child's pose, establishing that tabletop. Once again, let's just surrender our head. Drop your head. Let it hang down. And as your head is hanging down, check out the facial muscles. A lot of times during the day, if you're under stress, your jaw gets tight, your forehead gets smushed. So move your jaw around. Kind of squeeze your eyes and squint your eyes. Lift your eyebrows up. Just settle everything down in your face. And then what we want to do is we'll roll our head up to the left. And we'll just do halfway circles, letting your head drop down, rolling up the other side. You can take this flow at your own pace. You can match it to your breath. You don't have to, but just kind of rock back and forth. You've probably been carrying around that head all day. It's amazing to me how heavy a head is. I mean, one time I was taking some yoga. It was kind of touchy-feely stuff, and they actually had us lift our partner's head, off the mat. Heads are pretty heavy. Fantastic. Let's establish ourselves in our tabletop. We'll take a couple cow and cat poses. Drop your belly low. Create that arch shape. Stick your butt up. Lift your chin. Gaze forward for cow. Exhale. Arch your back. Imagine that you're an angry cat. Set your gaze between your legs for cat. Inhale. Drop that belly low. Create that hammock. Lift your chin up. Gaze forward for cow. Exhale. Arch your back. Navel goes toward the ceiling. Gaze between your knees for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Flow through 2 cycles, matching your breath with your pose, moving at your own pace. Find your own rhythm. Fantastic. Let's tuck our toes or come to our balls of the feet and see if you can push up and send your knees about 4 inches above the mat. Not only are you pushing off with the balls of your feet, but push off with your arms. Feel the energy traveling through your arms. Give a little roundness to your shoulders. Again, keep those pizza slices in your fingers. Set your gaze on that mat. Just take a couple breaths here. You're going to feel a little burn in your thighs. That's all right. A little burn is good, I guess. Now, on your next inhale, send your hips high. We'll head up to our first downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Shavasana. Now, pedal your legs out when you get here. Walk your dog. I always exaggerate my hips when I do this. Makes it feel a little bit better. The whole idea in taking these adjustments is to really find your own space. Find your downward dog. It isn't my downward dog, it's yours. I also recommend hinging forward into a push-up and sending yourself back a couple times. It's a great way that helps us settle into this pose so we can find where it makes sense for us. And once you feel that stability, just take a couple breaths here all by yourself. Nestle your head between your arms, set your gaze between your feet. And as you exhale, continue to relax. Continue to settle into your practice today. Collectively inhale, collective inhale, gaze forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Let your arms dangle down, let them dangle down like wet noodles. Everything's hanging loose. Eventually, we'll move into a ragdoll hold. You have the option of grabbing opposite elbows, opposite biceps. And here we get to enjoy gravity, right? We can make believe we're Isaac Newton. Oh, what's this thing when I'm doing? If I'm doing my Utkatasana, oh, that must be gravity. I don't know if it was discovered like that. At any rate, enjoy this pose. Let everything go. Gravity wins. Now you can sweep your arms behind your back and interlace your fingers together. Send your arms high, hand goes high, keep a gentle bend in your knees, and you can even engage this stretch just a smidge more, create a little bit more depth, even more surrender in your head. You can gaze between your legs. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, let your arms dangle down. Then inhale, and you can inhale a number of times if you wish, and gradually rise up, stacking your vertebrae on top of each other, feeling the strength of your own body, rising up, resting your hands at your side, palms facing your hips, squaring your shoulders to the front of the room. Feel the strength of your own legs and your body being supported by all 4 corners of your feet. Set your gaze forward. Enjoy some breaths here. You might want to try to pick a fixed point in your room and set your yogi drishti. That's that kind of 2-dimensional, passive way of looking at the world. Find the regularity of your breath and just enjoy the moment. Nothing else matters, just this moment, just what you're looking at in your breath.
We'll take a sun salutation A, Surya Namaskar A. Take a breath in, reach high in mountain pose. Pause here for just a couple of breaths. Feel the strength, feel the extension all the way through your legs and arms, but at the same time, melt your shoulders down. That feels good. Think I might stay here for a while. Take a breath in, swan dive down. Let's do our forward fold Uttanasana.
We'll take a halfway lift, Parivrtta Uttanasana. You can take your hands and place them on your shins or your knees. Hinge just a bit forward like a swimmer and starting out in the swimming blocks. You can feel your center of gravity just hedging a bit forward here. Set your gaze on your mat, relax your neck. Back is neutral. Take a breath in. Exhale, plant your palms on the mat. Step back to high plank pose. You can remain here. Always an option to set your knees on the mat. Remember, there's no right or wrong in yoga. We're not competing against each other. So you do what makes sense for you. Stay in this pose for just a couple of breaths. You can take a couple little micro movements. Remember to keep the extension of your arms going. You even want a little roundness to your shoulders. A lot of times in plank pose, you'll feel yourself kind of scrunching your shoulders down. We want to guard against that. Push up strong, round the shoulders. Great job. Now we're going to take Chaturanga. So hinge forward and lower yourself halfway down. Beat your elbows. You can go all the way down, or you can choose to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can go all the way down. Fantastic. Just switch your feet back and forth a couple times. Give yourself a little break here. We're going to set up for our first outward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. So off we go. Push off with your arms. Send your chest forward. Send your gaze forward, chin forward, and again, push off. Feel the roundness in your shoulders. You can keep your feet flat and knees on the mat, or you can push off at the top of your feet, creating a gap between your knees and the mat. And we'll hold this for a couple of breaths. You determine how much stretch you want in your back. Collective breath in. As you exhale, send your hips high, downward facing dog. 2 collective breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. We'll fold through sun A 4 times. Exhale, forward fold. Moving the pace a little faster. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back to high plank. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step or hop back to high plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, set your gaze forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. I'm going to throw a wrench in here. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Cactus arms, gentle back stretch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop to high plank. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Let's try that back stretch.
Exhale, cactus arm, gentle back stretch. Inhale, reach, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank your palms. Step or hop, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Woo! 3 collective breaths. Inhale. Exhale, side up through your mouth. If you got a little wind going here. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. All right, here we go. Exhale, chair pose. Draw your hands together, heart centered. Squat down as if you're sitting into an imaginary chair. Peek down. Can you see your toes? Find a couple breaths here. We'll take Sun Salutation B, Surya Namaskar B. So we'll go through these poses. Take a breath in and stay. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop to high plank pose. Go directly to down dog or take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's send our right leg up. Exhale, plant your right foot between your palms. Inhale, rise to warrior two. Set up your warrior two. Heels are on one line. Right knee is stacked over right ankle. Really extend your arms long, parallel to the floor. Gaze over that right hand. I like to take a couple micro moves when I'm doing this pose just to settle in. I might move my arms. I might rise up a little bit and fall down a little bit. You take what works for you. All right, if you can, maintain this leg position. As you inhale, let's take a reverse warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana. Reach with your right hand over your head, left palm on the backside of left thigh, or half bind with your small of your arm, with the forearm, the small of your back. Create that stretch. If you can't imagine that you are a crescent moon or you have a crescent moon shape, you have that arch moving through the right side of your body, you're reaching high and back at the same time. You can set your gaze low at your bottom foot. Take a breath in. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, frame your foot, step back to high plank. Go to down dog or take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take the same drill on the other side. Inhale, send your left leg high. Exhale, plant your left foot between your palms. Inhale, rise to warrior two. Spin your back toes back a little bit. Sink down as far as that's comfortable for you. Extend your arms long. Set your gaze over the middle finger. See if you might want to see if you can go just a smidge lower. Whatever you choose to do with your warrior two, just be cognizant of your feet. Make sure the bottoms of your feet are flat on the mat. We'll take an extended side angle next. Utthita Parshva. So take your left forearm, place it on your left thigh, reach your right hand over your head, palm facing down. Create that length, stretch up and out and toward the front wall. Gaze to the side wall or the top hand, your call. Take a breath in. We'll reverse our warrior. Sweep your left arm over your head. Take your right palm and place it on the backside of your right thigh. Option to take your form, set it in the small of your back for a half bind. Set your gaze low at that bottom foot. Create that crescent moon shape. Stretch up and back. You might even want to sink a little deeper with your left leg as you're doing this. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the top of the mat. Step back to high plank. Take your down dog or go direct, or take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 collective breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. We'll flow sun salutation B 3 times. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Hop back, high plank pose. Take a breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, send your right leg high. Exhale, plant your right foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, frame your foot, step back, go to down dog, or take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, send your left leg high. Exhale, plant your left foot between your palms. Inhale, rise to warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the top of the mat. Step back, high plank, down dog, or take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Off we go. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, plant your right foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the top of the mat. Step back to high plank. Down dog or take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, plant your left foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, frame your left foot. Step back to high plank pose, go to down dog or take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time through, we got it. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, plant your right foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, frame your foot, step back to high plank pose, down dog or take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, send your left leg high. Exhale, plant your left foot between your palms. Inhale, rise to warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Frame your foot, step back to high plank pose. Go to down dog or take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Woo, take 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's settle down. Let's take a child's pose for a couple of breaths here. Number 1, I have to turn on a light because I'm losing my day. And number 2, it's a great place for child's pose. When you're settling into this child's pose, really draw attention to how your body feels. You're going to feel your breath. If you're like me, you're perspiring a little bit. But notice how you're really sinking into the mat, how relaxed your body is, and really how good that child's pose feels. So while I'm flicking my lights here, you enjoy your child's pose. There we go. I've come out of the darkness. I've got another challenging, I said I was going to challenge you. We got another, I won't challenge you. Let's say another fun standing series. Maybe that's a better way to frame it. From child's pose, come up to tabletop and push yourself into a downward facing dog. Inhale, send your right leg high. Exhale, plant your right foot between your palms for a low lunge. You can stay in this low lunge. You can drop your bottom knee if you want. Your call. We'll take a low lunge twist. Reach high with your right arm. Try to take your right shoulder and scooch it more toward the middle, the center. Take a collective breath in. Exhale, plant your hand, frame your foot. Now inhale, see if you can work yourself up to a crescent lunge in Jnanasana. It might take a little bit of doing here. I like to widen my stance. Concentrate on your left leg. It's strong. Left heel is pushing down and back. Arms over the head. Create some extension there. And this is really a great pose to establish that regular breathing. And you might want to even pick a fixed point to set your yoga drishti. Take a collective breath in, and as you exhale, spin out to a warrior two. Establish that pose. Next exhale, join your fingers behind your back, setting up for humble warrior. Take a breath in, create extension, long arms, hinge forward, arms set to the sky. Torso goes between your legs toward your right thigh. Surrender your head, torso, arms are high. Create that extension. Collective breath in. As you exhale, rise back up, maneuver yourself back to warrior two. We're going to do what I call Cupid draw back your bow pose. In warrior two, you want your arms long. Keep your front arm straight, your right arm right where it is. Sweep your left arm around. Take your left fingers and put it in the palm of your right hand, okay? Take a breath in, imagining you're pulling a string of a bow back. As you do it, settle down. Create extension. Then let go of your string. Boy, lean forward. Frame your foot. Step back to high plank. Go to dog dog or your float. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, send your right leg high. Exhale, plank. Whoops. Left leg, my bad. Exhale, plant your left foot between your palms. Inhale, rise. Whoops, inhale, rise to crescent lunge in Jnanasana. Right leg is strong. Right heel is pushing back and down. Create that extension. Enjoy your yoga drishti. Find some stillness. Enjoy this moment. Just this moment, nothing else. Collective breath in. Maneuver yourself to warrior two. Spin your back toes out. Set your gaze. Middle finger of your left hand. Perfect. Again, settle into that warrior two. Then sweep your arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Humble warrior. Breath in. Extend. Then hinge forward at your waist. Torso comes down. Arms come up. Surrender your head, torso to gravity. Create extension with your arms. You might want to sink just a smidge deeper. Feet are flat. Take a breath in. Exhale. Come back to warrior two. Rotate your left arm so your palm is facing up. Take reverse warrior, left hand over your head. Right arm, hand can be on back of right hip, or you can take a bind. Take a breath in, back to warrior two, ready for Cupid, draw back your bow. Left arm straight, swing the right arm along, grab that imaginary string, pull it back, sink down, create extension, boom, let it go. Hands come to the mat, step back to high plank pose, inhale, exhale, upward facing dog, inhale, down dog. All right, let's flow that. We'll go through 2 times here. All right, ready? Here we go. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, plant your right foot between your palms. Stay right here, low lunge. Inhale, rise up to crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, stay. Exhale, rise up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, sweep your left arm to meet the right. Draw back your string. Exhale, let go. Frame your foot, step back to high plank pose, go to down dog or take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Off we go on the left side. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Exhale, extend, lean forward, humble warrior. Inhale, stay. Exhale, rise back up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, sweep your right arm to meet the left. Ready, Cupid? Draw your bow back, settle in, create extension. Twang, let your string go, cartwheel your hands. Step back to high plank pose, directly to down dog or go for your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, one more time through. We got this. Right leg high. Exhale, plant your right foot between your palms. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Exhale, extension, humble warrior. Inhale, stay. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, sweep your left hand to the right. Let's be Cupid. Pull back your string, sink down, create extension, let the string go. Frame your right foot, step back to high plank. Down dog or go through your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more rep. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, plant your left foot between your palms. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge. Exhale, swing to warrior two. Inhale, interlace your fingers behind your back, humble warrior. Exhale, hinge forward, hands high. Inhale, stay. Exhale, rise to warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, sweep your right arm to meet the left. Pull back the string, sink down. Release the string. Frame your left foot. Step back to high plank pose. Go directly to down dog or take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 well-deserved collective breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. 1 mini standing pose, and then we're done with the standing stuff. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, sink down to your chair pose. Squat down as if you're sitting into a chair. Feet are together. Imagine there's an orange between your knees and hips. Give them a squeeze. Create some orange juice. We'll take a prayer twist to the right. Parivrita Utkatasana. Spin to the right. Your fingers are on your sternum. If you're able, you can extend your arms out like wings. It's your pose. You can do what you'd like. Try to deepen that twist. Collect a breath in. Come back to center. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, sink down to chair pose one more time. Come to heart center, squat down. As if you're sitting into an imaginary chair, find some stillness. Twist to the left. Option to take your right elbow and set it on the outside of your left thigh. If you're able, send your arms out like wings. Set your gaze against that side wall. See if you can sink a little bit deeper, deepening that twist. Enjoying some of the perspiration, maybe even a little trembling going on here. Take a breath in. Exhale, return to center. Inhale, stay. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold and just hang loose, but toe heel your feet out to about shoulder width. We'll take a Padahastasana, gorilla pose. Lift up your toes or the balls of your feet. Slip your hands or fingers underneath it. Find some stillness here. Surrender your head. Find the evenness with your breath. If you want to deepen this pose, you can engage your biceps, pull yourself down a bit. Elbows go out wide. Release your hands from your feet. Plant your hands and even toe heel a little bit more out to the edge of the mat. Let's set our butt between our legs for Malasana. Yogi squat. Everybody's different with the yogi squat, right? Some people go all the way down. Some people are way up here. Yoga practice, not perfect. Whatever works for you. Wherever you are, I invite you to place your hands at heart center. See if you can sink into this pose and find some stillness here. If you want to offer yourself a challenge, you can try to come up to your toes. Yikes. And set yourself down. We'll do that 2 more times, only if you want. Up to your toes. Set yourself down. 1 more time, up to your toes. Set yourself down. Fantastic. Set your hands on the mat. Step all the way back in the high plank pose. Hold this pose a sec. We're going to set up for a side plank on the right side. Smidge your right hand to the center, about 4 inches. Draw your toes and heels together. Heels spin to the right. Send your left arm high. Option to lower your left leg. Hips are set high toward the ceiling. We'll hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your hand down. And we'll move right next. We'll go to the left side plank, Vashisthasana. Move your left hand to center. Draw your heels, toes together. Spin your heels to the left. Feet can be on top of each other or adjacent. Right hand is stretched toward the sky. Hips go high. We'll hold this pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep your hands down. Now gently lower yourself down all the way to mat. All the way on your mat, onto your belly. The super duper hard stuff is over. Everything else is going to be on our mat.
Place your hands next to your shoulders, chin on the mat. We'll take a cobra pose. Take a breath in, raise your chin up, send your chest forward. Don't overdo it. Enjoy a couple of breaths here, kind of slow things down a little bit. Collect a breath in and come back to your chin. We'll flow with a couple of baby cobras. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, right cheek on the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Left cheek on the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Right cheek on the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Left cheek on the mat. Settle yourself down here. Straighten your arms out, kind of give them a jiggle by your side. We'll set up with some variations of a bow pose. We'll do half of a bow first. Draw your left heel toward your bottom, reach back with your left hand, capture the top of your left foot. Now you can you can apply the pressure that you want, stretching out your thigh. It's really up to you. Another thing you can do is reach long with your right arm as you're pulling the top of your left foot. You create some extension, a little bit of arch here. As you exhale, relax, bring your arms next to you, swish your heels back and forth, beginning to slow things down, settling your breath. On the other side, draw your right heel toward your bottom, reach back with your right hand, capture the top of your right foot. Stretch your thigh, your quad, as much as you want to, as much that feels appropriate. Option to stretch your left arm high, creating a little gentle arch, creating length and stretching and pulling back with that foot at the same time. We'll take a full bow if you want. You can keep your right foot grasped, but draw your left heel in, reach back with your left hand, capture your left foot. And once you've got your feet grabbed, even though you might not want to do that, you might just want to send your hands back toward your feet. That's okay. Now, if you got your feet grabbed, kick back. At the same time, send your chest forward, chin comes up, gaze up and forward. Now, focus on your breath. You can feel your body rocking back and forth. All right, relax. Keep your feet draw toward your bottom, swish your feet back and forth. Let your feet come to the mat. Take your arms, place your hands next to your shoulders. Push yourself up to a tabletop. Nothing graceful about this next move. Just set your bottom on your mat. Send your feet forward into a seated position. Feet extended. Extend your arms high over your head, kind of like a seated Tadasana, a seated mountain pose. Try to engage your core here. Tuck your abdomen under your ribs. Maybe your back comes a little bit forward. Take a breath in and extend. We're going to do a forward fold. Exhale, like gravity. Pull your arms, your torso toward the mat. Surrender to gravity. At some point, your body is probably going to stop. Let your hands proceed to touch your legs. You may be able to go deeper with this pose. I'm able to go about 10 inches. My head is about 10 inches from my knees. Option to grab the bottoms of your feet, if you will, and engage your biceps to create more of an active stretch. Your call. You can release, gently come back up, draw your heels in. We're going to set up for a boat pose here.
Couple of options for you in this boat pose. One option is put your hands underneath your knees. Another option is on your side, palms facing together. Another option is a full boat with your legs extended. Your choice. Whatever you decide to do, we're going to hold the boat pose for a count of 10. We're going to do 2 reps. So rock back up into your boat pose, create that V shape. Choose the pose that you would like. Hands underneath, hands at side or full extension, full boat. And we'll hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw your knees in, reach down, grab your ankles, splay your knees out, pull yourself forward, giving some love to the small of your back. All right, let's take that pose one more time. You can choose the variation of boat pose, Navasana. Tip back, set your pose, either half boat or boat, and we'll hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back, reach down, splay your knees out, pull forward to give a little bit. Give some love to that small of your back. Fantastic. Straighten your legs out. Kind of plop them up and down a couple times, trying to get things loosened up as we're winding down our practice. Extend your arms long in front of you this time, palms facing each other. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lower yourself down to the mat. Really slow, stacking one vertebra at a time. It's okay if you take a couple breaths. Down you go. Gently set your head on the mat. Rest your arms at your side. Roll your head from side to side. Give it just a little bit of love. Next is a couple of bridge poses. Set Bandha Sarvangasana. Draw your heels toward your bottom. Feet are together, knees are together. Imagine you have a piece of fruit in between your knees. You're going to squish that fruit. We're going to make some juice. Send your hips high. Using the power of your own imagination, imagine there's a ceiling gnome pulling your hips even higher with an invisible string. Let's make some orange shoes. Squeeze your glutes, your hips, and your knees. Maintain your breath. Relax your face. Relax your neck. It's only your hips and your glutes and your back that feel the tension. Take a breath in. Now, as you exhale, give a little arch to your back. Slowly unstack your vertebra. One time, one at a time, coming down to a flat back. Once you've reached that flat back, swish your knees back and forth. Windshield wiper motion. All right, yogi option here. I'm going to cue a bridge pose, but if it's in your practice to do a wheel, go ahead and do it. Set yourself up for a bridge pose. I'll cue it. If you like a wheel, go ahead. Feet are together. Lift your hips high. Choose a fruit or vegetable. Squeeze between your knees. Engage your glutes, your thighs. Send it a little higher. Enjoy your wheel pose if that's the choice that you've made. You're taking a wheel pose. Gently settle down. Be conscious of your body. Carefully lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Now straighten both of your legs out. We'll set up for a couple supine twists. Left leg is long. Draw your right heel in. Set the bottom of your right foot on your left thigh near your knee. Now take your left hand and put it on your right knee and guide your leg over to the left. And at the same time, if you're able, stretch your right arm out like a wing. Set your gaze over that right hand. Take the depth on this stretch that works for you. Where do you feel the stretch? Can you feel it in the small of your back, in your neck, in your shoulder? Release, come back to center, stretch out both your legs. Moving up and down, give them a little love. Now we'll take the same supine twist on the other side. Right leg is long, draw your left heel in, set the bottom of your left foot on top of your right thigh. Take your right hand, put it on your left knee and spin, rotate to the right this time. Left arm extends out long like a wing. If you're able, set your gaze toward that left hand. Find the depth of this pose that makes sense for your body. You can release your leg. Both legs go long. Kind of jiggle your knees back and forth. Draw both of your heels in toward your bottom and splay your knees out. Supta Baddha Konasana. Supine butterflies bring the bottoms of your feet together. One hand is placed on your abdomen, the other hand on your chest. Now settle down and enjoy these breaths. Feel the gentle rising, falling of your abdomen as you begin to slow things down. As you exhale, sink into your mat. Let everything go. Nothing to worry about. Just our breath and the weight of our own body as it's resting in this pose. Draw your knees together. Lift your feet off the ground. Reach to your feet. We'll set up for a happy baby pose. Grab the bottoms of your feet, or you can capture your big toes with your index finger. You can lay perfectly still and flat, or you can extend your legs and rock. It's what feels good for you at this point in your practice. Gently release your feet. Send your legs long. Splay both of your feet out. Set your arms at your side, palms facing up, setting up for our final resting pose, Shavasana. Simply enjoy your breath. Simply enjoy the weight of your own body as you're resting on the mat. Nothing else worries you. Nothing is concerning you. I'll meet you here in about 2 to 3 minutes. Bring your sense back to this room. Take some small movements with your fingers, some movements with your toes. Draw some circles around your wrists with your hands. Perhaps draw some circles around your ankles with your feet. I invite you to reach your arms high and over your head for a full body stretch. It's like you're starting your morning over. You're starting your whole day over with a stretch, just like you did this morning. So that means your night is going to be fantastic. Roll your body over on the right-hand side. Take your head and nestle it into your right bicep. As you're doing so, see if you can draw your heels a little bit closer to your bottom. Take that kind of mini fetal position and just enjoy this pose. You're thinking nothing, no plans, you just feel your body resting. You're being supported on your mat, on the floor, by the earth. You're just part of something so much bigger. Now at your leisure, if you can and able, come back to a seated cross-leg position. You can place your hands on your knees, close your eyes. Maintain your breath. Fantastic. This feels good. Take a breath in, reach high over your head. Bring your palms together, take your thumbs. Place them on the bridge of your nose. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. The light and love in my heart sees the light and love in your heart. You have a wonderful evening. Take a breath in. Bow forward. Namaste.